Yes, I'm doing this again. This is like my second retake because I feel like I messed up on the first one. So, Spider-Man Far From Home, spoilers by the way, takes the events after Endgame. If you have not watched that, you should definitely watch that. So, it went towards this not different direction. It just went along with Peter's life and him and his aunt, aunt now knows that he's Spider-Man and everything, and don't know how to explain it even more. It's just like all the events just happen all well at the end to fully explain it, but how it took to different things at the same time for me, it's just like it's kind of hard for me to explain it, but I'm going to do the best that I can. I don't think so, but I'm gonna try anyway. So, basically, Peter did not want to go to he wanted to go to the vacation where his friends and everything, and to try to ask out Mary Jane. I think it was the plan, and then Kessler or whatever, and my man making some moves. But it didn't go all too well because Happy, who used to work for Tony, I think now is. I don't know really, but yeah, he told him that Nick Fury was gonna call him. He said he would, and he just ghosted him for the whole entire day, or a whole entire couple of not hours, but until they were in their field trip, and it was really funny how Peter and MJ's chemistry are. It's just really funny how they act towards each other, and then. At the beginning, it explains everything from the events of the Endgame because of Thanos snapping, only wiping away 50% of the human population. So after those 5 years, people age, and then when Hulk reversed his snap, all those people came back. So they had to redo all this testing stuff or whatever. I really didn't care about that. Like I said earlier, Peter was going to plan all this stuff to do with Mary Jane. Yada yada. They get to their rooms, the hotel. I think they were in their field trip was in Italy. That's where they were going. And then I think it was at night that Peter and Ned were in their rooms until Ned got a tranquilizer dart by Nick Fury, and he explains to him how he ghosted him, and that. The whole multiverse elemental thing, because earlier in Italy, I think I'm saying that right. Peter and his classmates got attacked by this almost like a Hydro Man monster being, something like that, until Mysterio, who's supposed to be the good guy right now, who helps defeat the monster. Well, kind of, sort of. He just almost tore a building. He almost he kind of destroyed a tower building, and and then he he fled away. And Nick Fury brought him up to that specific event that happened earlier in Italy. But it got interrupted I think 3 times, and it was the funniest thing ever until he grabbed Peter and brought him to his base. And midway there, as they were on the boat, as Peter is in his spider suit, Nick Fury gave us Spider-Man glasses case, and it belongs to Tony, and it's the same glasses from I think it was from Civil War, I think. Those are the glasses he gave him, and it was an AI named Edith that he had control of over Stark Industries. Sort of say it. So, it was all cool for him, and then we get to meet the man himself, Mysterio. Well, he doesn't know he's being called Mysterio until Peter tells him. His real name is Beck something, and he made up all this stuff about the whole multiverse and everything, about this whole 4 elemental creatures that invaded his Earth, and they all believed him. So did Peter, and they get not that trying to say something else, but they basically try to invite him to help deal with these things, to deal with these creatures, but he doesn't want to because he's on his school field trip and he just want to do all this superhero stuff. Nick Fury was like, okay with it, but like when I saw it, I'm like, wait, what? There's no way he's gonna let that slide, and he did it because Nick Fury hijacked his school field trip and is going to, I think it's Rome they go to. I'm not really too sure. They go to Rome where one of the elemental, I think the fire one is. And yeah, basically, and then you get to see like the black stealth suit that he was wearing. It's kind of like giving me that throwback to like the whole symbiote thing. Hopefully they might do that. If they don't, then they're missing a great opportunity. But yeah, him and Mysterio, they worked to fight this final creature, which is the lava one, one of the elemental beasts. I don't know what they call these things, but yeah, that's what ends up happening. And what else? Oh yeah, after they defeated this fire elemental, whatever, Peter has a talk with Mysterio and like how he wanted to do what he wants to do, because Peter is struggling how that he expected more from what Tony wanted him to when he chose him to wear those glasses and everything and to become like the next Iron Man, which nobody won't be the next Iron Man. I'm sorry. Even if they're gonna make like some sort of next Iron Man movie, like Robert Downey Jr. would be the legendary one. Even at the what is it? Never mind. Forget about that. But basically, he had a talk with Mysterio Beck. I think that's his name. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to his name. I just label him as Mysterio, or the guy who is Mysterio, something like that. He had to talk with him, and then Peter gave him the glasses that Mr. Stark gave him, that the artificial intelligence Edith, like everything, he gave it all to him because he feel like he's more responsible, more mature, and knows all about this hero stuff more than Peter, because he thinks he can't live up to the expectations as Tony Stark would want him to. Keep saying Mr. Stark, like what the heck? So yeah, he gave him all that. Then Peter just basically left. Well, they were in the drinking bar while this is happening. So when he left, all the stuff was just basically a hologram. It was a basic illusion. That man put it in a yeeted card and like, greatest yeet ever. So yeah, so it shows that him and his team made up all this fake stuff with the monster and everything, just to get back at Tony Stark. That he was the original that designs those glasses that Peter was wearing and gave it to him now, and yeah, he just wanted everybody to believe him and everything, that he was Mysterio and anybody could be like the next Iron Man, or yeah, the next Iron Man and all that stuff. So I think that was his true intentions, and then he works to make everybody believe that he's actually a superhero, like the next Iron Man, like how Peter wants him to be, because he doesn't think that he can live up to his Iron Man expectations, but he thinks that Beck can, because he's more mature and an adult, and yeah. So he regretted that decision until he went back to the hotel that same day, and then talked to MJ. Yeah, they went out walking, yada yada, and then MJ realizes that, or she made up. Well, she told Peter, whatever. So basically, they were walking. Peter was going to make his move and everything. And before he can say anything about the necklace, she says that I'm Spider-Man, and that she knows that he is Spider-Man, and that she was only like 60%, until Peter was like pretty serious, because she showed him this webbed up thing and say, like, you know, Spider-Man something about this, but Peter still tries to deny it until he saw what the thing was. It was a projector that made one of the unwanted monsters look so real, and he realizes now, and it shows the projection of Mysterio as well, and yeah, and then he flat out told MJ that he was Spider-Man. And yeah, she was freaking out, and she was like thinking, like, "Oh my gosh, is he serious?" Like, it was literally the funniest thing ever. So yeah, after that, yeah, he knew that she knew she was Spider-Man. He was Spider-Man. Wow, man, what's my talking right now? So yeah, they converged the plan to go against Mysterio and try to get those glasses back and defeat him. So yeah. He put up his suit and I think he went to Germany, and he met up with Nick Fury and told him all about it. And he went to like the HQ base, but it was actual illusion of Mysterio, and he shoots down Nick Fury. He survives, don't worry. And then this whole illusional sequence that happens between him and Spider-Man, it was really amazing because all the illusions look so real, and it's like very perfect. I like how they changed to one to another, and I kind of like that. That's probably one of my favorite action scenes in the movie. My favorite scenes are just the ones with Peter and MJ interacting with each other. I think it's just very, very cute. So yeah, so the painful part was when when Peter, you know, thought that the illusion was real and everything, and so he backs all the way up until a train hits him and everything, and then that's that for Peter. Then he gets inside the train and just passes out, and then Mysterio continues on with his plan to make everything fake and for everybody to believe that he's a superhero and all that. But yeah, he's just an actual. It's just like. He's like both like a hero and a villain at the same time. Like, what he's doing is wrong, but he also wants to seem like a hero in the public view's eye, which is quite interesting, and it's quite weird. It's quite different how I see him as a villain threat. But yeah, that's how it is. So what is it? Oh yeah. So Peter woke up at this Neverland prison or jail cell that he was in. Funniest thing ever. And then he broke out of there because, you know, super strength. He met this one guy, got his phone to call Happy, and then Happy picks him up and everything, and then Happy fixes him up, and then he tells him to calm down, even though it was very emotional, that what I said earlier about he and Happy had a little break sequence of how he wanted to be the expectations that aren't Tony wanted him to be, and that he can't fulfill that. But yeah, so and Happy said that it was like he really killed the moon. Says yeah, like nobody can never be Iron Man, not even Tony. So yeah, and then and I think he said something afterwards about what can he do or something along those lines, and then he went on going forward of what his plan was to taking down Mysterio and everything, and yeah, and he tracks down where his classmates are and where Mysterio is gonna kill his friends, because during that mid-fight sequence with Peter and the Illusion, he made another illusion that Nick Fury shot him and everything, and then he made Peter told who he told about he's Spider-Man and everything, and then that was illusion as well, and then he knows, and he's gonna go get his classmates into the danger zone and get them killed, even though he feels sorry for Peter because he is a nice kid, but like, yeah, he doesn't want him to be part of anything of what Mysterio has planned for himself and his team of baddies. So so they get there, they get the plane. That's where Happy picked Peter up from the Neverland place or whatever. It's just like a place, just a village or something that people lived in. I didn't pay too much attention to that. I paid attention to like it was a like a montage, that sequence of Peter designing his new suit, and the song that Happy chose. It's the same song from the original. It's like a throwback to Iron Man in the beginning of that one song that Iron Man was playing that while he was making one of his suits. And it was really cool to see how Peter was making his suit. Like, I love the red and blue. That will always be my favorite. But I like the black and red, or red and yeah. I like the red and black that he did on this one. Like replacing all the blue stuff like on his sides and on his back with the black. I like that. I like it very much. It's like very touching and it looks very, very clean. Like, I don't know. I love black just as much as I like the color blue. But yeah, I like that version of the suit, and that mid sequence there as he was making a suit, like he pulled up versions of his own suit, like the Iron Spider, like the OG original one, and then the one that Mr. Stark gave him, and the Homecoming suit, or yeah, the Homecoming suit or whatever. I'll just say that. And then he was working on the final one, which is the red and black one, which I gotta say looks very, very clean. Can't stress that enough. And yeah, he defeats Mysterio and everything, gains back Edith, and all's well ends well. And Peter finally kisses MJ, and they're starting to date, which is very, very cute. I say, because I don't know, just like chemistry like that, like especially for Spider-Man. I just like it for some reason. Like, I don't know. It's just like the better version of Superman and Lois Lane, like how they are together. I kind of like Spider-Man MJ way better, just because how Stanley portrayed as just Peter can be like any one of us and just going through stuff, but you know, has some good sweet moments there and there. So yeah, enough about that. He defeated Mysterio, and it was a great action sequence that he knew that all this was an illusion, so he uses his spidey sense. But in the movie they say Peter tingle, spider tingle, whatever. It was very stupid, and I just feel like he should have just corrected them, which he tried to do, but it's actually spider sense. Just like they made that scene very, very cringy, because it kind of like, it got me a little bit triggered, because it's just spider sense. That's about it. But you know, nonetheless, he closes his eyes, and he just dodges all the drones that Mysterio was throwing at him. Like, that's what was creating all the illusions, just drones and everything. So he dodges that and breaks all that and everything, and it was very cool. And one thing I forgot to mention earlier about his new suit, I love the eyes. I like how the eyes are. They're just like the cartoon, like the basic cartoon ones. Or basically, I'm trying to say is like the cartoon, like Spider-Man cartoons. I like how the eyes move around and everything. How Spider-Man reacts. I love that touch. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. So yeah, Mysterio ends up dying because, you know, Mysterio was fake, but and everything is illusion. So he's not like an actual superhero. It's just a guy. That's it. And then all well ends well, and yeah, and MJ Peter start going out and everything, and yeah, and the final scene, two scenes were him having a conversation with his Aunt May, and Happy, and it was very funny. He asks both of them if they were dating. Happy says yes, while his Aunt May says no. It was the funniest thing ever. Like, they were trying to have a conversation, like Aunt May saying like no, and Happy saying like yeah and everything, and then he just swings out of his room, and picks up MJ for their date, and she tries swinging with Peter, like how the movies and the comics are, when girls hold on Spider-Man while he swings around. It was the funniest thing ever because she was like panicking, she was screaming. It was the funniest thing out of the whole entire film. Well, besides the Nick Fury and the discussion scene, that's like really funny and hilarious how they were getting interrupted. But I like this one. This is like my second favorite funny scene in the movie. And yeah, that was basically it. I didn't stay towards the end credits because my dad was just ready to go and everything, so was I. So I just book it and just But I did get to see a little bit of the ending credits of Spider-Man talking to someone as I was walking right behind. So yeah, I am getting more hyped about Spider-Man again. I just stopped for some reason. I don't know, man. It's just Spider-Man. It's just like my favorite and the best Marvel character, in my opinion. People can have their own opinion who's their favorite Marvel character, but I love Spider-Man just because of how Stan Lee wrote him, and I just love it for that matter. And I just fell in love with this character, man. And I can't wait for the second film that's coming out. And yeah, Tom Holland spoiled it because he has the tendency to spoil things on accident, not on purpose. He doesn't spoil on purpose. He spoils sometimes on accidents when he just goes through with all of it. But it's funny to see videos of funny moments of him like trying to hold all the spoilers in and not like do it. So yeah, I can't wait for the next one that's coming out. So yeah, I'm pretty hyped about that. I love Spider-Man, man. Just keep doing it. And I'm glad that Sony doesn't own Spider-Man and Disney owns Spider-Man. It's good, but like not too good because I shared a post on my community page and it's a video about Disney and so if you want to go check that out, go check that out. And yeah, let me know what was your favorite scene or part and moment of Spider-Man Far From Home. I enjoy the film. I think it's a film that everybody should watch at least once or twice, multiple times if you're a Spider-Man fan like me. So yeah, hope you enjoyed my video, and again, let me know what was your favorite part of the whole movie. If you have not watched it, please do. And yeah, my name is SonyGoC39. I hope you have a wonderful morning, night, day, evening, sleeping, waking up, eating breakfast, whatever the occasion is, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.